So many things happened. He was my inspiration behind a poem, and I just want to share my stories with people, the things that I've experienced, everything that has always triggered my emotions to be who I am today. I'm going to share them with you. My name is Emily Furaha from Kilifi County. I'm a writer, and this is my story. The journey of writing began way back. I was in class 6 actually, so it didn't just begin as writing, like you just come up with stories. No, it began with singing. So because I was young, I didn't even know like what it was. So I would just take the Bible and I would go to the book of Proverbs. Like I loved Proverbs, so I would just sing the lines every time, and I didn't know what it was. I thought like I was just having fun. Then when I was in class 8, I wrote my first chorus, and people liked it, but I didn't really like care, like I didn't really know what it was, and there was no one to tell me like you have this talent or what. So I went to high school and I kept on writing songs, and when I was in Form 2, we went to music festival in Kisumu, and I saw this boy, and he was, I think, like at the age of 10. I will never forget his name. He told me his name was Kevin, and he was a street boy, and he asked me for some money to buy clothes, to take care of his brother also. So when I asked him his story, and it touched me emotionally, so when I came back, I wrote a poem and the title of the poem was I Want to Be Loved, because I was just thinking of this guy, this small boy who doesn't even have a home. And actually I wish that I could even like take him home, but then like we had gone with the school bus and it was impossible. So I just wrote the poem, and then like I gave it to my teacher and she loved it. And then another time, like we were given classwork to write poems, and I wrote about my parents, or The Precious Gift, that was the title. And the teacher liked it, and he called me and he was like, did you copy this from somewhere else? I said like, no, it's my work actually. And he said like, this is good, like you can write. And then one time there's this teacher who came to our school. Her name was Madam Rono. She came for teaching practice actually. I'll never forget her, because like she inspired me a lot. Like every time I would write and she would print them and put them in our school notice board, and it encouraged me a lot. Even though like it wasn't like you are paid, but then like the encouragement, someone motivates you, someone likes your work, and it really made me like keep going. And then one day I just thought like, if I can write songs and like I can sing them, if I can write poems, then there must be something extra that I can do. Maybe if I can even try to write a story. And I wrote a story about like two kids who were like their parents died and they were left alone, and there was this person who just came to rescue them, and he didn't even have enough, but he just asked them to use their talents, because the siblings could sing, and so he would just find gigs for them and they would sing, and that's how they raised school fees, and they really went far with their talents. So the challenges that I faced when I began writing actually is when I wrote my first story, I gave it to my English teacher and he lost it, and it was really a discouragement for me. But I never really, like, I wasn't really discouraged, so I kept writing. I wrote different stories, So I'm inspired by different things, but I can say like God is my greatest inspiration. And I think for me it's like a gift, you know, because even the way it came, I can say like it wasn't just something you can just say like let me just do this. No, for me, I got sick when I was in Form 2. I got sick, and that's when I could, like, when I couldn't speak to people, you know, you are trying to share your feelings, but people don't really understand you. So the only way for me to express myself was through just writing. So I would just write my feelings in a book, and I think slowly by slowly, like, you use a song to express yourself, you use a poem to express yourself, and then you think about yourself, and sometimes you're like, maybe someone is going through the same thing. So you write a story of something you imagine, something you really want. So I can say like I'm inspired by also my emotions and my friends, and even like so far I can say, yeah, my friends really inspire me a lot. Different ideas, even sometimes like today I can say like the far that I've come is because like I have friends who support me, friends who can, like, when you're stuck, because writing is not a journey that you can say like you just keep going. No, sometimes there is a point you will be blocked by your emotions, maybe like stress, and you will be stuck at a point. But I really thank God that my friends, when I tell my friends like I'm stuck somewhere, and they just help me, they give me an idea, oh, you can do this. Sometimes you don't really have to take the ideas, but the fact that they are telling you like you can do this, then you can use this idea, you can use this idea. Then for me it's really something big for me. It's great having people like that. So yeah, another challenge that I faced, maybe like financially, yeah, because sometimes you've written stories and you really want to publish them, especially like when I was in in high school, where I had begun writing the stories. Like, they were like passetas maybe, or novels, and I had written them, but then like, because you have handwritten them, then you can't just publish that book, you know. You have to take it to maybe like to a cyber, because I didn't even have a laptop. So you have to take it to a cyber, and sometimes your book gets lost there, like it gets lost in the cyber, and you can't really blame anyone because you took it there yourself. So they have been my challenges. And also like I have typed some of the stories, but then like it's really hard to get them published. So you have them, and you really can't just publish them and they become books, you know. So you have to take them through all the processes, and it's really a big deal. And achievements, yeah, so far I've done my anthology of 6 stories, and it's on the way. I've published it with Amazon, and I just have to get a copy and approve it, and then it will be available online. That was like it's the greatest thing I've done, because like after high school, because I was writing novels, but when I came to campus, I thought like novels take a lot of time, and there are stories that I can do, like short stories. So I just specialized on short stories since I was in first year. So far the anthology is for 6 short stories, and it's called An Eye of the Past, and it's really inspiring. And I really thank God for this far that I've come. And then the things that I'm working on right now, my greatest dream is to be able to write series of like movies, and that's what I'm working on. Like right now I'm working on 3 movies. One is a series, it's called Coffins, and another one for Eclipse, it's a single movie, and another one, like, I won't say because I've not yet like titled it, but I'm still working on it. So the things that I want to do are just like, that's my greatest dream, to work on series, you know, be able to script my own stories and Yeah, I thank God, like this company that I'm working with, it's called Connex. It's an upcoming African company for writing and movie production. And I just pray to God that it's going to be a great thing, and I can't just wait to see my name on the screen, like the story writer and maybe even script, you know, those things. So I really thank God. And my future, I'm just okay, I'm just hoping for the best, actually, and I'm hoping that the writing industry is going to keep growing. You know, I just want to inspire young people out there, those people who can write. Any dream that you have, you know, like, just keep going. Dreams grow also as you grow, as you think. They also grow with you, they develop with you, so you can do whatever you want, anything that you wish for, anything that you want to do, as long as you go for it. Because sometimes I remember when I was working on my anthology, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would just keep writing, because it's something that is in you and you really want to achieve it. Then you have to work for it. You can't just wake up one day and you want to be a writer and you don't want to write. You have to keep writing. For me, I write almost like every time. Even when I'm walking and an idea comes, I just write that idea. And the best way I've worked is to, you see, like, I use WhatsApp mostly. I have WPS, but mostly I use WhatsApp. I just send to my friends, like, we are just chatting, but it's a story, and they enjoy and they encourage me to write like every time, because when they are reading, they tell me, like, just keep going, and that's encouraging. You keep writing because someone is reading your work, so just don't give up. I think there's always something in everyone's heart, and you just have to explore it. You don't know how deep your mind can go unless you want it to go wherever like, it can go deeper than you've ever imagined. But you have to just relax and let yourself let it explore, let it just go. So I think there's no limit for everyone. You can do anything you want, you can be whatever you want to be. As long as it's something good, I'll say go for it. And that is my story.